So this Sunday is TLC, but that's not the only thing happening this Sunday, because with every pay-per-view, there's always going to be a pre-show, and that's why the TLC 2011 pay-per-view pre-show will be, of course, happening this Sunday at 3 p.m., not to be confused with the TNA pay-per-view pre-shows, which are usually at 6. So, with that being said, let's start the intro and get into the main video. So we finally made it to the final pay-per-view of the year with TLC, and before you know it, we're actually going to be heading towards WrestleMania. Right after this is going to be the Royal Rumble, and the road to WrestleMania 28 is about to begin. It's actually really crazy. It seems like yesterday that it was WrestleMania 27, so the road to WrestleMania so far is looking to be good. We got the It Begins promo happening each and every week, and we're actually going to finally see who it is come January 2nd to kick things off for the road to WrestleMania. So hopefully it's going to be well worth it, and it's going to be hopefully nothing stupid and well worth it in the end. So I will be looking forward for that. So also hopefully you guys can be a part of the Ustream show this Sunday. It's going to be a tremendous show. You never know what's going to be happening, you never know what's going to be said or who's going to be showing up, because we do have a lot of surprises going into the show, and it makes up for a great show, so hopefully you guys can be a part of it. Now, judging by this card, as of right now, it looks good on paper. Hopefully it will deliver for the last pay-per-view of the year and be somewhat memorable. And with the matches, in a way, it's kind of a win-win situation for most of these matches. And with this one, we do not have John Cena as of right now on the card, of course, being attacked by the returning, that's right, Mass King. So wonder what's going to happen with that. I will get into that later on in this prediction video. So with that being said, I am going to kick things off here with the first match of the night, which probably will be the first match, so I wouldn't really be surprised about that. And that is the United States Championship matchup between Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder. And that's right, Zack Ryder getting his chance finally at Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship. So, you know, we see what they can do in the Fatal 4-Way match on Raw, which is a great match, by the way. I definitely suggest you guys go check it out. Definitely one of my favorite matches of the year. And with TLC, it should be a great match nonetheless for the United States Championship. So I am going with Zack Ryder on this one. I know Dolph Ziggler has held the United States Championship for quite some time, so I think it is Zack Ryder's time going into 2012 and being the United States Champion. So I think that would be actually pretty tremendous, to say the least, and to have Dolph Ziggler being one of my picks to win the Royal Rumble and go on to be as a main eventer for 2012, so I think that would be good in itself. So the match should be great, and that's it when it comes to that. So as we move along to the next match. We got the Intercontinental Championship on the line. We got Cody Rhodes against the returning, yes, Booker T. And Booker T, we haven't seen them in action since the Royal Rumble, and with this whole build-up going into the Intercontinental Championship has been great. So the match in itself should be another good match, and I actually honestly wouldn't mind seeing Booker T having the Intercontinental Championship and maybe having a little short run for it for a while. So, you know, I wouldn't mind that at all, or if Cody Rhodes does end up retaining. So it is a win-win situation for me. So I don't really know the plans for Booker T right now, if he's going to be wrestling and doing commentary, or wrestle for a little while then go back to commentary. So you know, the things are going to be interesting when it comes to that, so I'm going to have to stay tuned for that one. But anyway, the match in itself should be good. And right now, I'm probably going to have to go with Cody Rhodes in this one, even though I wouldn't mind Booker T winning the Intercontinental Championship. So we'll have to wait and see. And then after that, have Cody move on to Goldust and probably have that match at WrestleMania between the two brothers. So that should be good in itself, since we've been seeing Goldust, and we saw him at the Slammy Awards and the Christmas show. So, you know, that's it when it comes to that match right there. Alright, so we move along to the next match, which is a tables match between Ryder and Reed Barrett. And we've been seeing Reed Barrett having this winning streak, calling it the Barrett Barrage, so I have been enjoying that, and we did get to see a little preview at Tribute to the Troops, which was a nice little preview, and the show overall was a great show, from top to bottom, so hopefully WWE will come back here soon for a regular event, and I will be looking forward for that, so cannot wait for that. But as for the match at TLC, should be a good match, and it has the potential to be a good match, so, with this one, it could really go either or to me. It could go to Randy Orton or Reed Barrett. I'm kind of leaning towards a little bit towards Randy Orton right now, so my pick overall will probably have to be Randy Orton at the moment. And you never know what's going to happen at the pre-show, so I could have my mind made up by that time. Alright, so the next match, we got the ladder match, and the sledgehammer will be raised above the ring, and with this one, whoever gets the sledgehammer will be able to kick whoever's ass and get some payback, if you will. And thank God this match is finally happening between Triple H and Kevin Nash, and the build-up seems like it has been going on forever, so at least we're finally getting the match here at TLC, and I think the feud might actually end at WrestleMania. Now, what kind of match they will have at WrestleMania, I'm not really too sure, but thank God the match is actually happening at TLC. And enough of the talking, and now it's time for the ass kicking, basically. So, with this one, and with Triple H coming back at the Slammy Awards, it should be a good match nonetheless. And I am going for Triple H in this one to get his payback and to take out Kevin Nash on this one. So, anything can really happen, so it should be a great ladder match to say the least, and wonder how Kevin Nash is gonna actually be wrestling in this one, since we haven't really seen him wrestle since facing Santino and being in the Royal Rumble, so it should be interesting to say the least, so I am looking forward for that one. Then we move along to the World Heavyweight Championship matchup between Mark Henry and the Big Show, and hopefully this feud will finally end at TLC, and there will be a chairs match, which makes sense since Mark Henry has been using the chairs, taking out the Big Show, taking out Kane. And speaking of Kane, in this one, I think he will actually make an appearance probably after the match, since I don't want to see really a disqualification or anything else happening in this match, since we've been seeing basically disqualifications and all that. So with this, hopefully this match will finally end. Then I'll probably see Mark Henry go after the Big Show, maybe Kane will come out or something like that, and send a message, since Kane is one of my picks to win the Royal Rumble this year. So I'm sure Kane and Mark Henry might have a match going into WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship and continue his dominance and everything like that. And as far as John Cena goes, I'm not too sure if he's going to make an appearance, probably towards the main event or something like that, or make an appearance at all, so it's really up in the air at this point. But I do see Mark Henry retaining the World Heavyweight Championship and going on to WrestleMania, and probably facing Kane most likely, so that's what I see going on and happening there. And finally, we get into the main event, WWE Championship Online Triple Threat TLC match. We got CM Punk, The Miz, and Alberto Del Rio. Should be a great match to say the least, and however, I do see CM Punk retaining and as well holding the championship up until WrestleMania, so it should be a good ladder match, and look for CM Punk to get his payback too, after what The Miz and Alberto Del Rio tried to do to him and try to take him out, which I believe was before the Slammy, so it should be a great match nonetheless. And that's basically it with all the match listings and everything. And I wouldn't be surprised if other matches will be randomly added to TLC as the event is happening. So as we get those pay-per-views, sometimes there's one of those surprise matches that is a bit unexpected. So I wouldn't be surprised there. But that's basically it when it comes to the match listings. And as far as it being paper right now, looks good, and hopefully at least it was somewhat delivered for the final pay-per-view of the year, and as we move along into 2012 and into the road to WrestleMania, so it's gonna be fucking epic and fucking crazy. So anyway, that's about it with my TLC pay-per-view predictions. Let me know what you guys thoughts are, what are you looking forward for, what do you think is going to happen with Kane and all that stuff and the rest of the matches. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and feedback, and that about does it for me. Until then, See you guys on Sunday. Peace.